Okay guys, just a quick one. So this is Stromberg 175 CDs, which are the carbs used for Stags generally, the original carb. And I've just rebuilt this. Well, I'm just rebuilding this one at the moment. This is actually a spare. The other one I've already done, so I've got this one sort of as a reference point. One thing that I found with all three of these is there's a lot of play in the shaft for the choke module. So this is the choke module. Inside there you've got a couple of discs which this shaft turns, and those discs open up and close the choke so that you can get more fuel for starting the car. Obviously with a Stromberg, one of the key things is to avoid any air getting into the carburetor from places you don't want air getting into it. So things like the throttle shafts, which I'm going to replace on these carbs, they need doing as well because these seals have gone. So there's the remains of the seals for the throttle shaft. However, for the carb, for the choke, there isn't really any replacement parts for this available. So you either find another one or make do with what you've got and hope that it's not going to cause a problem. So as you can see, this is the original bush in there. There is a steel bush that runs through the cap, and this is the shaft, and as you can see there's a lot of play there, which to me means that there's potential for air to get in via that bush. So as far as removing the bush is concerned, it's fairly straightforward. You just get a punch, sharp hap or two, and then it pops out the bottom. That's going to need a sharper tap. There you go. So then you get the steel bush out. Obviously that's no good anymore. I went down to a friend's lathe, and this is just a piece of steel, not hard, not heavy. Not high tensile steel, just normal steel, and I effectively made a length of bushing material. So I took it out with I used a hone to take it out to a certain point, and then I just finished it up with a piece of emery cloth, which I tore a piece of this off, made it into a tube, stuck it in the end of a drill, and just gave it that last final honing to get that to be a nice loose, because you don't want it binding, but definitely no play. So you want it to be cleanly able to go and turn in there, but you're just looking to minimise the slop, and that's a lot better than the other one. And then that's turned to the dimensions of the original bush, so I can then cut a length of this off and then just tap it back in place. I did that on the other carb. So this one is being finished. This one's back together, and the amount of play is far less. There is a little bit because you don't want to have it binding up, so you do need to have a little bit of clearance, but it's tiny compared to the massive amount of play on that one. So I don't know whether it's going to improve things, but you know, I've got access to a lathe, so why not?